Yeah, here I am. Here we are. Yes, another week.
If you bring a non-African, you and the non-African will be escorted out.
All right, clap if you think she should suffer.
I was supposed to put them bitches in their place, and that's what I did 24/7.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular.
Hey hotties, welcome back to my channel where I say whatever I want and you clicked on my video, so you have to make peace with that. Today I'm gonna be venting out my frustrations with K-pop fandoms because y'all antics drove me away from K-pop for years. Now that I'm older and can enjoy music without having to be in any immature spaces, I fear I'm allowed to get some licks in. You owe me that, so without further ado let's get into the first reason y'all deserve a beating. Sadly, this is something I see all the time, and it was so confusing when I first got back into K-pop to see people act high and mighty for enjoying dookie music. Back in my day, if someone admitted they listened to bad shit, they wouldn't try to spin it like they're a fucking martyr for it the same way these new K-poppies do. They just take the L and move on. But no, y'all gotta force people to tell you you're valid and beautiful and worthy just because you listen to fucking Stray Kids. Forgive my using a big adult word, but it's incredulous. The amount of coddling some of y'all expect and force people to give you is whack. Like, no, I'm not gon' tell you you're valid for liking NMIXX, and I fear I don't give a fuck if it hurts your feelings. Which leads me to a second point in this first point. Y'all act like K-pop isn't just music. Y'all act like it's your fucking religion. You expect people to be in love with everything you like and praise you for every preference you have as if it's not literally music made by Koreans. No one is allowed to have an opinion on a song you like, or y'all act like it's an attack on your human rights. But no one's gonna call the fucking UN because a stranger online said in hype and sucks and you cried over it. Some of y'all desperately need to stop caring about what others think of music you like and stop taking opinions on music and idols so personally. I know a lot of people exhibiting this behavior are young and maybe that's why, but some of y'all be grown and acting like 12-year-olds who can't handle other people's opinions. Part of growing up is learning not to give a shit and to just like what you like regardless of whether or not people validate it, and I can't believe I have to say this about Korean pop music. It feels like K-pop fandoms exist in a bubble outside of the rest of the world, because this is something I rarely see people argue over in other fandoms, but y'all K-poppies fight to the death trying to prove your faves are Beyonce level talented. When the truth of the matter is a lot of idols are just pretty faces who can follow choreography. Most of them aren't good singers and nearly all of them aren't good rappers. Some idols are even untalented when it comes to singing and dancing, and it's okay, LMAO, it's not the end of the world or hate if someone points it out. Idols are employed and get paid to put out products, and some products aren't good, so if someone points it out, it's not your job to fight them and prove otherwise. Even really talented people can always improve, so I don't understand why y'all refuse to allow your mediocre or untalented faves the time to get better without denying the reality that they're not good at what they do. I see this especially among boy group stans and ironically enough among stans of survival show girl groups. Some of y'all go so hard for that Bahi girl from Kepler like she's Jesus reincarnated when she's not even mediocre. I like Kepler just fine, and I've seen her fuck up choreography in like every stage I watched, yet her stans cap so hard for her, like, make it make sense. She just started. Give her time to get better if she can, without attacking people who point out her lack of skills, which is just reality. All you're doing by defending unskilled idols by aggressively fighting others is setting them up to fail and looking like a certified clown. Number 3 compounds on the last point, which is that y'all are absolutely incapable of viewing neutral opinions or negative ones as simply differing opinions instead of hate. There's a huge fucking difference between someone saying I don't like this song, I think it's bad, to I fucking hate this group and their music and the members personally. Like, can y'all just wrap your head around the fact that not everyone likes your faves? In fact, plenty of people probably dislike them, and they may have reasons, and they may just not like their vibe, and it's literally not hate to talk about that. Especially when it comes to idols who've said or done racist, Islamophobic, anti-Semitic, misogynistic or culturally insensitive things. People are allowed to share their views on public figures and products online without being called fucking bullies just because they don't like a song. Y'all new K-poppies are so violently hypocritical in that you refuse to let anyone have a differing opinion, but you can't stop forcing your own preferences down other niggas' throat. I shit you not, I've seen people get attacked and called biased in a derogatory way on a video ranking music by their own preferences, as if a video of that sort is never anything but biased. Like, yeah bitch, hello, it's their fucking opinion, of course they gon' be biased, it's not an insult. Are all the lights on at home? Creators on here have to say in big bold letters no hate on every single thing they post, even when it's just a fashion review, and y'all rabbit asses still attack them over it. Because oh boo-hoo, it's a hate crime to think my fave isn't the best in the world. It's such a personal attack on both you and your fave to think a song their group put out is bad or that they're a weak dancer. An excuse I see butthurt oversensitive people use all the time to try and shut others down is, why do you even share your opinions online if it's not praise? And to that all I have to say is,
does that sound like something you want?
It is.
Well, let me tell you, you'll never get it.
because it's social media bitch. Because of freedom of speech bitch. Do you realize how fuckshit stupid you sound when you say that people aren't allowed to have any opinions or thoughts on music, products and celebrities unless it's all overwhelmingly praise? It's too late for y'all to go outside. At this point all you can do is just lock yourself up somewhere and read some Maya Angelou until some sense gets knocked in you. My stance on this fourth opinion, which is that only insensitive clowns defend celebrities against bullying allegations, but really any allegations apply, comes from a moral standpoint, which is something I feel K-pop fans lack in general. My problem here is, why would you ever want to ignore, shame or deny a victim and support an alleged abuser? Like, even if in the end it turns out the allegations were false, which rarely happens, why do you even want to risk standing behind an abuser and shaming a victim? Making it then even harder for other victims of similar situations to come out about misconduct or bullying in the future? Not even just bullying from idols but from normal people too. Like, it's so insane to me that fans would rather participate in and propagate an abusive phenomenon such as bullying, instead of simply taking away your support until an idol turns out to be guilty or not. This was even more confusing to me with the whole Garam situation, because y'all went so fucking hard for this girl, and for what? The allegations against her were public since pre-debut, since she was just a trainee, and it wasn't just a couple of anonymous tweets with no proof. The victim had a ton of proof against her and was represented by a law firm who made several in-depth statements that Hybe, to this day, hasn't refuted. The company only pulled out a fucking switcheroo card to try and delegitimize a school committee report convicting Garam of a serious bullying offense by saying everything the victim accused her of is what the victim did to Garam instead. They pulled out an unknown figure claiming Garam bullied the victim to defend her, and yet that unknown person never made a statement, never came out even anonymously to support Hybe's statement. And fucking finally, when Hybe realized there was no getting out of this situation because the victim had too much proof and they weren't able to refute any of her statements, they let Garam go, and y'all still defend her to this day. That girl was on stage for a total of like 4 minutes and y'all still make videos about her talking about you miss her and shit. Like, okay, tell me 3 things about her other than her name, age, and what group she was in for that half hour before she got kicked out. Quickly. The lack of empathy K-pop fans have for victims of bullying and victims in general, all in favor of supporting celebrities with positions of power. And even idols who had 2 minutes of popularity then dipped. It's crazy to me. The fact that there are still people supporting idols who did fucked up shit both in their adolescence and their adulthood is crazy. It only goes to show that y'all will put celebrities on a pedestal and give anyone a career if they're just pretty enough, no matter how morally bankrupt they are. And it just makes you worse than them. Alright, I'm tired now and I wanna do something else LMAO, so I'll end the video here, but a part 2 is probably gonna happen. In the meantime, as usual, if you're mad about anything I said and refuse to think about if my opinions have any meaning in relation to your behavior, then totally go crazy in the comments. I'm definitely gonna take you seriously and not just show angry K-poppies to my friends so we can kiki about you. Now toodles.
It's the remix.